Hello everyone, my name is SANGA, a Master of Education student from Aga Khan University. I would like today to present to you conditional sentences. We have the objectives of this lesson. These include the following, that by the end of the lesson, you should be able to explain the concept of conditional sentences, to form the conditional sentences type 1 correctly, and also to apply conditional sentences type 1 in daily communication. We better understand first the meaning of conditional sentence before we move specifically to a conditional sentence type 1. First of all, we need to know also what is a condition. We say a condition is something which must be fulfilled first before something else can happen. For example, in a sentence like this, if you study hard, you will pass your examination. It means in order for you to pass the examination, you need to study hard. So a condition for you to pass the examination is to study hard. Therefore, a conditional sentence is a sentence that gives a condition and the outcome of that condition. For example, unless you go to school, you will not see him. It means that you cannot see him until you go to school. So a condition for you to see him is to go to school. We have some common phrases that are used in a conditional sentence, which include the following. We have the if phrase. For example, in a sentence like, if he feels uncomfortable, he can leave. So it shows a condition that in order for him to leave, he must be uncomfortable. But also we have another phrase that is unless. This means if not. This is a negative form of if. So you can have a sentence like, unless my mother cooks delicious food, I will not eat. So a condition for this person to eat the food must be delicious. But also we have another phrase that is in case. You can have a sentence like, in case you get lost, call me. So you won't call me unless you get lost. So it means the condition for you to call me is to get lost. The structure for a conditional sentence is like this. There are two parts of a conditional sentence. These parts are dependent clause and the independent clause. This dependent clause sometimes is called an if clause because it is a part of a sentence which does not complete or does not make sense until it is completed by another clause that is independent clause. So you can have a sentence like this one, if you come early. This is not complete by itself unless you complete it by using independent clause. So you can complete it by saying you will catch the bus. So if you come early, that is dependent clause. You will catch the bus, that is independent clause. Conditional sentences actually are of different types, and they basically they are of three types. We have the conditional sentence type 1, we have the conditional sentence type 2, and the conditional sentence type 3. A conditional sentence type 1 is like when you say, if you study hard, you will pass your examination. Conditional sentence type 2 is like when you say, if you studied hard, you will pass your examination. Conditional sentence type 3 is like when you say, if you had studied hard, you would have passed your examination. Now, specifically moving to conditional sentence type 1, this has got the following structure. In if or dependent clause, there must be simple present tense, and in independent or main clause, there must be simple future. This is a formation of a conditional sentence type 1. You can have a sentence like this one. If she eats balanced diet, then what will happen? She will be healthy. Or if they sit for this exam, no one will pass. It means that maybe these people did not have good preparation. That's why this person says, if they sit for this exam, no one will pass. So it means the condition for these people not to fail is for them not to sit for the examination. I have more examples like this one. If you come early, we shall leave. Or unless Mwajuma entertains me, I will never give her a prize. So in order for Mwajuma to get a prize, she must entertain this person. Or she will win the prize if she writes a good essay. What does it mean? It means that you can start with the main clause and then come to the dependent clause. Or sometimes you can start with dependent clause, then the main clause. So all the two alternatives are applicable. We can have these worked examples, like this one. If you dash L, you will see the doctor. Suppose you have been given the verb to leave. So you can have a sentence like this one. If you leave L, you will see the doctor. Why? Because we know that for a conditional sentence type 1, you need to have a simple present tense in the dependent clause. Also, we have the sentence like they will come to your part if you dash them. To invite. So it means we know for sure that the answer will be they will come to your part if you invite them. So this is all about a conditional sentence type 1. Thank you.